But every once in a while, a slight change in our routine will help the child behave much, much better. So we want to take a look at that. All right, a couple of more questions. Now, this slide is about negative behavior, and I've already told you I don't want to focus that much on it because that's usually where we spend way too much time. But just to remind yourself, what are some of the negative behaviors, problem behaviors I've noticed? Most important, how do I react to those problem behaviors? How much do I react to those problem behaviors? What times of day do I see them? When are they happening? What are the activities? So we want to really analyze problem behaviors and then analyze our own responses. What things cause problems for your child? Certain people, certain activities. You want to pay attention to anything you can notice that might be part of a problem. And then you want to ask yourself, when do you ask your child to do things that might be causing a problem for your child? That's a little bit different way of thinking. I'm causing a problem for my child. How did I do that? Might it be the way I ask for changes in behavior? Might it be the way I expose my child to certain things that are hardest for them? We want to take a look at that. Let's go back to some of the other questions that are not as negative. Who is your child most interested in? Children have special people. Who in the family do they like best? Who are their favorite playmates? Who do they seem to enjoy the most? That's an important question because if you watch them with the person they enjoy the most, you'll begin to see a very positive child getting wonderful feedback, probably from someone who's positive back. You want to pay some attention to that. That's very helpful in understanding how to help our children behave a little bit better. You also want to ask yourself, how do you respond to your child's playmates? When you're watching, do you want to go in and correct behaviors? Or do you want to praise when they're playing happily? Or are you not paying attention at the time because right now it gives you a few minutes of your own to do your own thing? So pay a little attention to your responses when your child's playing happily with someone. What does your child enjoy the most? Okay, activities. What do they like to do? What's fun? What is their reward? What is it that you use when you say, if you do this thing that they don't like to do, then you can have fun with this other activity? What's their favorite thing? We need to know what their favorite things are, not only because it's a good reward for behavior, but because it tells us what they're good at. It tells us where their interests lie. So we want to look a little more closely at that. What's your child's general mood? Mood. Positive, happy, joyful, curious, interested, cooperative, chatting away, giving you information. These are all mood states. We can get withdrawn and silent. We can become angry and irritable. Or we can be very sad, very down, sort of wander around not knowing what to do, not feeling like anything is fun. So we want to pay attention to our child's mood and watch the mood. Now, when does the mood change? How often does it change? What makes it better? What makes it worse? These are all important things to notice in your child. And what is your mood most of the time you're with your child? Wow, that's a question. Is it mostly happy? Is it mostly that we feel we must be correcting? Is it mostly anxious? What is your mood most of the time with your child? You want to take a look at that as well. When does your child pay the most attention? What kinds of things do they really focus on? Now, I've mentioned this before. And what about you? When do you pay the most attention? To what things are you paying the most attention? These are all questions we want to keep asking ourselves. Okay. We've asked questions. we've observed. And I hope you spend some time really observing your child and thinking about these questions. You might even want to make a few notes about what you see. But now we want to teach you to focus on what's worthy of praise. Catch them being good. This is a wonderful technique. It'll make you feel good. It'll make your child feel good. It's a lovely thing to try and do. Okay, praiseworthy in their activity. Are they focusing on something? Are they enjoying it? With their peers, are they playing well? Are they working together? With you and the family, are they chatting and talking and cooperating? These are all the kinds of things that are praiseworthy. So instead of being only happy that your child is enjoying himself or doing something well, you want to catch it. You want to say something. You want to say, wow, I'm impressed. Look how well you did that. Or, wow, look how beautifully the two of you play together. Say something. Smile. Notice it. You know the saying, the most important thing you can spend on your child is attention? Well, this is what that saying meant. Catch them being good. Okay, so you're going to pick behaviors. What do you want to praise? What do you want to center on? Catch them being good. What can I do to help this good behavior continue? What can I do to help my child feel really great about behaving in a positive manner? How do other people react to good behavior? Are they catching it? Maybe some other family members can join in on this with you. Okay, we're going to make a note of what we want to focus on. We're going to catch them being good, and we're going to praise them. All right, how do we do that? We answered the questions that were listed. We paid attention. We observed for patterns. We watched, and we understand our own responses. Now we have a chance to change our responses so that we can always catch them being good when it's happening. One thing I can guarantee you is the more often you catch your child being good, the better your child will behave. Children love to be caught being good. Okay, here's how. We're going to set your child up for success. Let's say they're struggling a little bit. It's hard to find something where they're being good. So what we want to do is catch even a little piece of being good, the beginning of being good, something that's not so bad. If we start there with little steps, praise that, and then suggest to the child, wow, I like the way you sat down with your friend and started to play. I can see there were some problems. Everybody wanted the same toy, but you know what? Try sharing. Let's see if you can share. So now you're coaching them a little bit. And if they even try sharing, we catch them and praise it. And so try to find just something to grab a hold of that's the good beginning and see what you can do to coax that forward. Okay. The last question. Are you trying to catch your child being good? Do you know what you want to do? Do you have a little bit of a plan in your mind? Do you know what you want to look for? Have you answered those questions? If you have, I want to congratulate you. We have just caught you being good. Thank you, and I hope that you are able to use some of these ideas. I appreciate your attention. Thank you very much.